Thanks so much for joining this Chat with SME discussion. Today we're speaking with Greg Adams, Learning Tree instructor and co-author of the new course, Starter's Guide to Digital Transformation for Managers and Practitioners. Greg, more and more we're hearing a lot about digital transformation. Just what is that?
Well, you know, it's interesting. When we researched for this, preparing this course, we really looked for an industry standard definition, but there really isn't one. However, if you look at the different experts and practitioners, common themes have emerged. And so in summary, digital transformation is it really probably should be called business transformation, where the organization visualizes and strives to reach the ideal situation, whatever that company, almost beyond the horizon goal is. That's what the visual should be. And then how do you get there? You leverage modern digital technology and processes, and the ideal can be progressively reached. It's not a one-time thing, it's an ongoing approach. What's interesting is it has become a true megatrend in computing.
And what exactly is the benefit that organizations are seeing from digital transformation?
Well, virtually every organization is looking at digital transformation in one form or another and are striving to improve. And if your competitors, the real driving force, I think, is that it's a competitive competition. So if your competitors are successful in digital transformation and your company or agency is not, then they're going to have a huge competitive advantage, both vertically and horizontally. And so in addition to the improvements of the competitive advantage, for the most part, it's also a improvement for employee and customer experience, and that can be pretty dramatic.
I see. And obviously, there's a lot of companies today that are putting digital transformation at the top of their priority list. But according to a Forbes survey that I recently read, it looks like up to 84%, of companies fail at digital transformation. Why do you think so many companies are seeing such poor results after making the initial investment in digital transformation?
Well, that also implies that 16% of companies have had good success. So for most of them, and they've had terrific results. In a lot of cases, that so-called 84% are organizations that just haven't got there yet. It's a progressive thing. But having done a lot of research on this, most practitioners report that they were not totally successful just because they really didn't know what they were getting into. They didn't appreciate that it takes cultural and mindsets within the organization. And more importantly, they didn't fully understand the available technology. There's a lot of different technology. In fact, virtually the full spectrum of information technology and computer technology has come to bear in different ways. So if you don't know what the technology is and you don't know how to apply it, then that's going to make it difficult for you to be successful. The bottom line, though, is that having a clear vision of the ideal where the organization wants to go is paramount. And a lot of organizations really didn't do that. They said, well, let's use technology, but we don't really know where we're going with it.
Right. So what can these organizations do to improve the chances of success when approaching digital transformation?
Well, I think, I think that the primary is that digital transformation is a discipline. You can perfect it, you can learn it, you can optimize it. So the key is knowledge. Understand, do the research, find out what has happened with others. You can learn a lot from others' successes, and you can learn a lot from other failures as well. So the internet and other media are great sources to learn from the experience. That works, and essentially that'll tell you what's working, what isn't working, and it'll help you to formulate your own ideas for your organization. Ultimately, though, it's about knowledge, and formal training can help as well. In fact, that's one of the reasons why we created this Starter's Guide to Digital Transformation, to help point people in the right direction.
That's great. And of course, Learning Tree training is what we do. What training can help? What type of training helps there?
Well, that's interesting. There's so many different technologies that are involved in digital transformation. There's a lot of different processes, and these cross over virtually every curriculum you could imagine. Digital transformation leads into everything from artificial intelligence to data science to cloud computing to good old rock and roll software, applications, web applications, and so on. So it crosses over to virtually every curriculum, as I say, from Agile, DevOps, data science, cloud, AI. So it can be difficult to know just what to study. It's such so only now the nice thing is that you don't need every piece of technology. You don't need to follow every process to be successful in digital transformation. So only those areas actually needed by the organization should be included. So to assist with guidance, as I say, we wrote this 3656, a starter guide to digital transformation. The goal of this course is to provide that kind of comprehensive overview introduction to help each organization best determine the exact right direction that they should go.
All right. Well, that's really great. Thank you so much for discussing digital transformation with us today, Greg. It's been really informative.
Well, thanks, Jennifer. It's always a pleasure to, and thank you very much for asking me to do this. It was very fun.